Alright, so in this video, I tried to fill a 100 page sketchbook start to finish without sleeping. And the rules for this challenge were basically I had to spend 15 minutes on each page, and yeah, I couldn't sleep at any point. So I was trying to make it so it would really force me to come up with ideas, sort of rapid fire. I had to come up with 100 ideas, sort of back to back, and it was meant to try to improve my, just creative, trying to build creativity on the spot, and being a little more decisive with ideas. And also just I like challenges like this because they sort of get me motivated to go out and draw a bit more, and can kind of address certain problems and sort of point me in the direction of where I want to go moving forward. And this was kind of the inevitable conclusion of something that I was kind of working on over the past couple weeks, which was to try to burn down my style a bit. And what I mean by that is to sort of lose detail and lose a certain amount of refinement in favor of just drawing really fast and just being snap decisions, really decisive, no hesitation whatsoever, just drawing. And I think having no hesitation and sort of snap decisions is kind of important for the style that I'm going for, but it obviously does have its drawbacks, which is that the quality of the drawings kind of suffer a little bit. So I'm definitely not going to burn down the style any further. I'm not going to try to draw faster and with less detail. I think definitely moving forward, I'm going to completely reverse that policy and start building, kind of bulking up on details, bulking, like slowing way down and being way more meticulous, bringing back a bunch more construction, or at least being way more deliberate with my construction, and just yeah, trying to boost the quality of the work up quite a bit, because obviously I can draw like cars and stuff way better if I slow down. But again, 15 minutes for each page here, it's not a whole lot of time to fill a page in a sketchbook. Anyways, I guess I'll talk a little bit about how this challenge actually went down for me, like what it was like. It was absolute torture. It was really difficult to get in the zone with this, because a few times I would actually lose myself in the drawing and really get focused. I'm like, yeah, this page is going well. I'm getting into this drawing, and then the time would be up. 15 minutes would be up, and I would have to go and do another page with another idea, and it would just be breaking focus, and just all that work of like a good page would disappear, and I would have to go on and move on to another idea, and then I would have like bad pages, quite a few in a row. And obviously the vast majority of pages here are going to be pretty bad, just because they were under a lot of pressure and just not the best conditions for drawing. And I think this went 17 hours, 18 hours or whatever, the total time. I started at 11, and I actually had quite a bit of insomnia the night before. I was planning on starting way earlier than that, but I just slept in, and was kind of hoping that if I stayed up really late, and or at least like pretty much stay up all night and continue working into the next day, because that's how long it would have taken to complete all 100 pages. I was hoping that would sort of make me so tired that I would be able to get over the insomnia and just be able to sleep, and that was not the case. It was actually horrible. Once I stopped this, I tried to go to sleep and I couldn't, even though I was so tired. So that was unpleasant. As you can see, I actually really like this page, the one I'm working on right now. Uh, that's probably my favorite out of all of them. Sort of like, not quite a cat-like creature, sort of Egyptian theme going on, different view here, animal being worshipped or something. This one maybe not as good as the previous one, but yeah, you get the idea. Here was actually another little successful environment thing where kind of like how it turned out. There was a few drawings like this one. You can see it didn't go anywhere. I drew a lot of planets, a lot of like people in space, and then a planet in the background. That was definitely a trend that I kept forgetting that I had made a drawing in the sketchbook that was like that because I couldn't really remember what I had done before because I didn't go back and look through the sketchbook at all during the challenge. I would just flip the page and that would be it. The sketch would be gone until the end. So yeah, I just kept repeating the same thing over and over again with the planets. Now, I was a little bit concerned that I might like injure my hand if I try to draw for this long, because hand injuries are a thing, I guess. I What I did to combat that was I pretty much used just the most ridiculously loose and just light touch the entire time, and it really made the whole thing just kind of chicken scratchy, and all the lines were super wavy and not very good, just because I was using such a crazy light touch in order to not injure my hand. And even then, it still got tired, and I would just switch hands a couple times, and that would generally be enough to give my left hand a break. But yeah, it kind of made, to some extent, this whole thing kind of pointless, at least from like the finished product, because, or at least it wasn't very good practice for the most part, because I had to use such a light touch that wouldn't really be all that useful for normal drawing, and none of the line quality was very good, so it kind of defeats the purpose of this being practice on any level. But yeah, the ideas were the toughest thing. You can see here in the past couple drawings, there's like a guy in a bottle, and that's from a short story I wrote called Terrors of the Terrarium. And that was what I was reduced to, just drawing scenes from like a short story I wrote like a year ago. And oh my god, I was at a complete loss for ideas, because I mean, 58 ideas, that's how far I made it. By the end, I was just so burnt out that I was trying to turn sayings into ideas. I was like, burning bridges is an idea. The saying, like, don't burn bridges. I was like, okay, let's draw that. I was at a complete loss. I was just couldn't visualize a thing. I was like, there's no point in continuing. I just gave up right at that point. And it was unfortunate. I was really believing in myself that I was going to be able to make it all the way to 100, even up until pretty much the last minute. Because it didn't actually require a whole lot of willpower on my end. Like, I really do enjoy drawing. The only aspect that really sucked was just constantly breaking focus and having to come up with new ideas. But for the most part, I did actually really enjoy it. And I was like, yes, I'm totally going to make it. I have so much willpower, and I don't even need to use it. And then I just crashed and burned in pretty much one drawing, and then just called it quits. But I was also, my hand was feeling fine, but I was starting to physically not do so well. I did go for a few walks. I would take breaks, and I would just go walk outside for maybe an hour or something, just to, stop sitting down and get some fresh air. And I was hoping those would refresh me. They really didn't. They just almost added a contrast of like, wow, I'd much rather just be out here walking instead of back here in this room. But yeah, I was not feeling good. My chest was starting to hurt, which was pretty much when I called it. As you're probably able to hear based on this commentary, I'm still pretty burnt out. It is the next day. I did sleep, but again, I had a really terrible sleep just because my chest kept hurting even after I tried to go to bed. But yeah, I think moving forward from this this crazy challenge. I don't think I'm gonna do this again. I don't uh, I don't know if I'm gonna do another long challenge that involves more than 12 hours or whatever, or at least a lack of sleep. But I mean, maybe a 24-hour when it's just one single drawing, because it was so much easier to do a 24-hour drawing because you didn't have to keep constantly coming up with ideas, and that was the biggest problem. Like when I did the 24-hour drawing challenge, I finished the sketch in 8 hours. So then I wasn't really coming up with too much new information after that. I was just doing the line work and then doing the shading, which was super mindless and really easy. And I mean, look at this. I was drawing freaking Cambrian explosion creatures from from memory. It just the dumbest things. I was trying to draw planes. I haven't drawn planes before, at least not in like probably a couple years, and just at a hopeless loss for ideas. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. This video is 12 minutes, 6 seconds long, and for every second of this video with the time lapse, that's 1 minute goes by. So this is 12 hours of drawing condensed down into 12 minutes. And yeah, normally I don't even speed up the videos this much. That's how crazy this amount of time was. So anyways, I guess this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, if anyone's still watching through this just rambly, burnt out mess of a commentary. I will see you in the next video. Maybe it's going to be a painting or something, because I got to do a painting. I'm going to take a break from drawing for a little while. Anyways, bye.